Live from Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., we've got baseball on the show. It's the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to go. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Mackenzie Gore.
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
Ready to go? Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. And that misses. And we are underway. Bunt attempt popped up. Ruiz on to first. And a quick out, number one. Okay, let's check out the lineup. It's Singy against the southpaw on the mound. The skipper's loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boo. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
So digging in, Connor Norby. And it's fouled away. Gore, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Just missed. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
2 down, bases empty. And at the plate for Miami, Griffin Conine. Fastball for a strike at 95.
0-1. Ball. That's inside.
That one fouled off. 2 outs, bases empty. Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. On the outside corner, got him looking. End of a half inning of play, no score. Back in Washington, D.C., and starting in this one, Sandy Alcantara.
Well, Boog, expect to see the ball in play with this guy on the mound. He's not exactly a big strikeout guy, so that means the defense will need to stay sharp. He's looking for soft contact, so communication is going to be key in this one.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Up now for Washington, C.J. Abrams. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Pretty smart not to serve something up for him right there. He's really good at hitting the first pitch.
The shortstop takes the ball. Close, but called a ball. And now 3-0.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
And that's through there for a strike. And the count is 3-1. Foul ball there. And a pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Now at the plate, Dylan Cruz. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. Just missed. Alcantara, a former Cy Young Award winner, he features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. And the 1-0. There's the strike.
1-1.
That one catches the corner for a strike. Double play ball to second. Glove flip for one, and that's two.
Really nice double play turn right there, and it all started with that sweet glove flip on the feed to second. You know, these middle infielders, they spend a lot of time honing that glove work, so it just becomes like second nature. I think you also have to have a really good glove that's broken in, that's not too large, so that you can have a feel for that baseball and be able to flip it like you're barehanded.
James Wood stands in with two away as he takes a ball. And that is in for a strike. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's downstairs and outside. That one down the line, and that's just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The throw comes in too late, and he's out at first. So 2 down. Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. That's in there.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
2 outs. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The 0-2. And downstairs.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Hit hard on the ground to short. And that's that. Nationals leave 1. We played an inning. No score. And we're back. New inning getting started. Now here's the Marlins DH, Jonah Bride. Bride measures 5 feet 10 inches, batting in the cleanup spot, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Gore back to work. Right down to shoot. Strike 1.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
That one inside, and that is ball 1. Darryl Parker assigned to umpiring duty behind home plate.
And Boog, with DP, it's sort of a coin flip on those borderline corner pitches. Doesn't really favor one side of the plate more than the other. Sometimes you'll get a little extra to the plate, and sometimes you won't. It does seem like he evens it out over the course of a game, though.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Cruz pulls it down and he makes the catch. One away.
First baseman,
Matt Mervis, the next up for the Marlins. That's ripped. Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. So up next, Otto Lopez. There's a strike. Man at first, one away.
Ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Toughest pitch to hit. Fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Now the left fielder, Dane Myers. That's a strike thanks to the sweeper. And that one upstairs, ball 1. In the dirt, but kept close. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. That's towards center. Young brings it in, and that is that. Marlins leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second. And here's the DH for Washington, Josh Bell.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field. But he can jump you if you make a mistake.
And a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able to square it up.
And that drops in for a strike.
0-2 is the count.
Breaking
One
ball
ball,
misses down and
2
away. And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Batting 6, second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And now it's Luis Garcia. In for a strike. 0-1. And there's a ball. 1 out, base is empty. The 1-1 is fouled off. On the ground, Lopez fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting 7, catcher, Gabriel Ruiz.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. 2 down, nobody on.
Aye.
0-0 here in the bottom of the second. Misses, and the count 1-2. That one missed. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Back there. Brings it back on a leaping catch. Wow. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head on now to the top of the third. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Nationals Park, top half of the third inning, stepping in, Nick Fortes. And that one a little below the knees, and it's 1-0. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Fortes started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and Matthew Ross right on it, says he held up. The next offering misses, and that's ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run. And now for the Marlins, Derek Hill. Climb the ladder with that fastball. It's 0-1. Fortes aboard here at first with nobody out. That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. On the ground, 2 ball. Fired to second. On to low. It's a double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Xavier Edwards. 0 for 1 so far. Off the mark there, 1-0. Top of the third, no score. He swings and fouls one off.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Grounds one to short. Tosses to first, and that is that. And the Marlins down quietly. Still no score. Bottom of the inning, and here is Paul DeYoung.
Third baseman, Paul DeYoung.
Swing and a miss, blew it by him at 99.
That was straight queso right there.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back. And in one hops the wall. Around first, digging for 2. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's the center fielder, Jacob Young. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. No outs. Runner on second. And he chases that one. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
So the lineup flips over. Now, C.J. Abrams. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Cruz will hit next. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
Norby tosses to first, and that will end the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. On to inning number 4. No score. Back in Washington, D.C., John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Connor Norby. And there's the strike.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And a 1-1. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park.
Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. His first at-bat was a strikeout. And that one pulled foul. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. That one the other way. And it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. And he's in with a stand-up double.
That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jonah Bride now at the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And that misses. And the count even 1-1. That's a little bit low.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Swing and a ball popped up. Cruz towards the line. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And there's one down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Fought off foul. Man at second. And there's a foul ball. Got him swinging on the curveball. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Lopez in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And it's even up. To the right side, Garcia. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. One for the Marlins on the solo shot. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And now, James Wood.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
And a swing and a miss.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
On the ground right side. He takes it on his own. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Swinging a foul out of play. The Nats trailing by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Oh and 2 now. Ball 1 there.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Hit hard, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Out.
Well, I really didn't expect him to try to steal second base because he had a very standard lead at best. If you're going to try to get there safely, you've got to get more on that lead. You've got to get a better jump. That was the difference between being safe and out.
2 outs. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Just misses with that one. Cut on and lifted in the air. Myers. And he makes the catch. And the inning is over. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now here is Dane Myers. Gore back to work. That's inside. And another ball. And he pumps it a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
On the ground to the left to Young. And the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth.
Now batting, catcher, Nick Fortes.
And now Nick Fortes worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Fortes goes 5 feet 11 inches, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2018. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. On the ground to third. DeYoung throws to first in time, and the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
Center fielder, Derek Hill.
2 outs, base is empty. Derek Hill, the next up for the Marlins. He's 0 for 1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, shortstop.
Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Xavier Edwards. 0 for 2 in this one. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
2 outs. Now it gets away from Ruiz. And now a man into scoring position. Man on second, 2 down. That missed by a lot. And it's 2-1. Right through there for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Coming home. The throw in. It's off the mark, and he scores. And they take a 2-run lead.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
2 outs, runner at first. Now the third baseman, Connor Norby. He's already homered here in this one. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal your bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? And takes low for ball 1.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Just missed. Now he breaks his bat. Grabs it barehanded, and they get the out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in Nationals Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
Little chopper rolls foul.
Well, these Nats just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. That one drilled left field, and it goes just foul.
Well, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul balls in a row. Man, what a battle.
The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Keibert Ruiz getting ready to hit. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Konai snags it for the second out.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
DeYoung, the next to hit, takes ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And that one fouled off. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field, and puts the squeeze on that one. And that's the 3rd out. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Marlins 2 and the Nationals 0. Left-hander out of the bullpen, Jose A. Ferrer.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now the right fielder, Griffin Konai, 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Fouled off left side. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Ruiz down to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
Way out in front of that inside pitch there, and just exactly the opposite kind of approach that you want with 2 strikes. You want to let the ball travel. Make sure you recognize it. Try to shorten up so that you can at least put the ball in play. Clearly fooled, but I think even more so, you question the 2-strike approach.
Right in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Lucas Sims looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Brixey also throwing. And that drops in for a strike. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1 down, base is empty. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Two down, base is empty. Matt Mervis, the next up for the Marlins. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. Two down, nobody on. There's a strike. That one not close. And a count 2-1. Hard hit to third. Slings to first, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Marlins 2 and the Nationals nothing. Back in Washington, D.C., bottom of the 6th inning. And now up for Washington, Jacob Young. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Drops into the glove. One down.
Shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
Back to the top of the lineup, C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals. He's 0 for 1. That one way outside. Ball 1. The Nationals trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings through that one for strike 1.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Everything came together for him. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. There's the ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Got him on the off-balance throw. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Good job right there. Puts the ball in play, and now they're only down by a run.
James Wood digging in for the Nationals. That's in there. That's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Ball to strike. Tap foul at the plate. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. 2 outs. That's down and in.
Two.
Hard hit left side. In plenty of time to first. That's the 3rd out. But they push across 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We're through 6 full. It's the Marlins 2 and the Nats 1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Lucas Sims.
Pretty tight game, so where it is.
And now it's going to be Otto Lopez. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
Next offering is fouled back. And that's off the outside edge. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Nope, that's inside.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Center field. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 away.
Now batting left fielder, Dane Myers.
Dane Myers, the next up for the Marlins. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Outside, that's a ball.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty. And up next for Miami, Nick Fortes. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Just missed.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat, you jog back to the dugout.
Swing at a ground ball and foul ball. That's a walk.
That's up
Went
there.
with the cutter again, but couldn't find his zone.
Well, a great back and forth, and that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Hill in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1's the count.
This one high in the air to left center. Wood sizes this one up, and that is that. One left for Miami. They lead it 2-1. Bottom of the 7th, and here is Nathaniel Lowe. Just missed. Movement in the bullpen. Anthony Bender preparing to come on if needed. Veneziano, a left-hander, also throwing. And another ball.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Inside, 3-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Right through there for a strike.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Ground ball right side, and it's just foul. That was close. Looking to get the tying run on base. And a foul ball, he stays alive. And he swings over the top there. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Throws to first in time. So they get the out after a long battle at the plate. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. I mean, you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Josh Bell at the plate now.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
One down, base is empty. That's outside. And the count is 1-1. And there's a ball.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Fouled off. He was late. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Luis Garcia, the next to hit. Not close with that one. And that is ball 1. Just off the outside edge. The 2-0 is in for a strike. And that drops in for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
Now just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
That one just misses.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Hit on the ground to short. Edwards. The throw to first. That ends the frame. Nationals go quietly. They're down 2-1. Now on the mound for the Nationals, Derek Law. Xavier Edwards digs in now.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
The shortstop takes the ball. Law in his 6th season. He throws a cutter, a slider, a four-seamer, a sinker, and he works in a changeup and delivers outside. That's in there, and that's strike one.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
And that drops in for a strike. Stays alive. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So digging in, Connor Norby. He went deep back in the 4th. A pretty important swing of the bat in this ball game.
Yeah, Boogie, he didn't waste any time. He jumped all over that pitch and saw it the entire way. You talk about squaring it up. He didn't miss a stitch on the baseball.
Check on the runner, and he's back in easily. Inside, just missed. The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Zach Brixey getting ready to go. Lopez also getting ready. And that one lifted in the air center field. Young has a beat on it. Puts it away for the out.
Up next for the Marlins, right fielder Griffin Conine.
Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins.
Ball, that's out.
Edwards leads off first with 1 away. Pickoff throw, and he's back in on a dive. Late with the swing there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight 1-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
1 out and a runner at second, and we're in the top of the 8th. And downstairs. Battling here as he fouls it away. Man at second. Comebacker to the mound. On to first. 2 away down.
Now then, the designated hitter, Jonah Bride.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 3 in this one. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt
And now the first baseman, Matt Mervis. Late swing, foul to the left. Two on, 2 outs. And that one fouled off. Oh, 2 now. And ball 1. Ripped to the right center. And now maybe extra bases. 1 runs in. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. Save. He beats it. Up by 3. It's 4-1.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Got a good pitch to drive. Stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front. And he stayed long in his follow through. That's how you split the gap. And that's pretty much a double every time.
Manager out of the dugout now. And it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Derek Law won't go any further. And he's responsible for the runner on second. So the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back. So they turn things over to the righty, Zach Brixey.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
So runner at second, 2 down. Otto Lopez now at the plate. Strike on the inside corner. And that one is inside. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
2 strikes.
Chases the changeup in the dirt. Throw to first. That completes the strikeout, inning over. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now 4-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Anthony Bender. And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Keibert Ruiz. The Nats in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Calvin Fauché, the closer of the staff, is throwing.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
And that's a little bit high. And a count 2-1. That one fouled off. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Full count.
Ground ball up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they don't get the out. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. That's in there. 0-1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swinging a foul straight back. And that one almost hit him.
Down.
2-2 now. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, now he's got 2 runners on after that walk, and things can get out of hand in a hurry in these situations, so he's going to have to find a way to get back into the strike zone.
Young up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the sweeper misses.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Tying run at the plate. And that's a little bit high.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
C.J. Abrams in the on-deck circle for the Nats. The tying run at the plate. Bunting, and it's in the air. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Here's C.J. Abrams now.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
That's in there. That's strike 1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
The shortstop takes the ball. And a count 1-2. Two on, 1 out. The other way. Nice grab.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved a knock.
Now the Marlins manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. So they turn to their closer, Calvin Fauché, and he has some nasty breaking stuff.
Wow, that was an awesome leaping catch. Great reactions, great athleticism, and he snatched that thing out of the air, and he robbed him of a base hit.
Now it's the right fielder, Dylan Cruz.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
And that's a little high.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
Swing and a chopper out to short. They take the force out, inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. Nice work from the Miami pen there. Ninth inning coming up. It's the Marlins 4 and the Nats 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. And at the plate for Miami, Dane Myers. There's the strike, 95 of that one. Activity in the Washington bullpen. DJ Hers, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Lopez, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Next pitch is outside. Missed inside with the curve. Sneaks through, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
He was all over that one. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Digging in, Nick Fortes. Foul ball there. Nobody out, runner at first. Check on the runner. Myers dives back in safely. Outside low, and it's 1-2. That one missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Runner on the go. Got him swinging. Throw to second. Great jump, and that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. And now the center fielder, Derek Hill, 1 for 3. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Myers over at second, 1 down. That one finds the corner, and it's 0-2. Good eye in that spot.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Man at second. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate, and I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
Edwards, the next to hit, takes outside. Line drive, base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 4.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So a man at first. And now for the Marlins, Connor Norby. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
1 run across in the frame so far here at the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. as he was out front that time. Runner on the move. This to third. Over to low. And that is that. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 5-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. So bottom of the ninth, up now for Washington, James Wood. And first offering is fouled off. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
That missed by a lot. Now 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Beats him for the first out, and that completes the strikeout.
You hear people talk about letting the ball travel so often in terms of a hitting approach, and that's a great example why right there. If he's willing to let that curveball get a little deeper into the zone before he commits, he's way more likely to recognize that it's making a beeline for the dirt. On the other side, still a nice two-strike pitch, though.
Low. Batting with one down, takes a strike. One down, base is empty. In there at the knees. In the air, left side. Myers settles under it, nabs it, and there are two down.
Up next for the Nationals.
So it's their last chance in this one. And next is the designated hitter, Josh Bell. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That's off the inside corner, and that's ball one. Two down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. Next one misses. 2-1. And that is out of play. Fauché is just one strike away. Two outs. On the ground right side. And that one finds its way through.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis.
Runner at first with two away. Luis Garcia digging in for the Nationals. 0 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a strikeout. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Out to short, Edwards. On to second, but the throw gets away.
Run out away from this game being over, but an infield single keeps them alive. They're still breathing, and maybe this provides that last-minute spark.
First and second, 2 outs. And now Keibert Ruiz. And that's in for a strike. First and second, 2 down here in the last half of inning number 9. Lopez. And that'll do it.
Out.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time to think about it before he went back out to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Nonetheless, outstanding job to get the save and secure the win for his team.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.